If you're a painting contractor and you're bidding on paint jobs and you're getting rejected, here's 3 really important tips that you should not do when you get rejected, and I'll leave you with 2 tips that you should do when you get rejected. And this will raise you into the top 2 to 3% of the painters in your industry, in your city. Tip number 1 you should not do is you should not take it personally. It's just business. You see, a lot of homeowners get 2 or 3 quotes, and they also, a lot of the time, go with the cheapest price. Sometimes events happen in their life, like in a death in the family, and they stop pursuing the project because it's not important. So even though you've done a lot of work, you traveled all that way to give them a quote, you did everything, don't take it personally. It's just the cost of doing business. If you don't like it, you shouldn't be in business. It's the cost of doing business. Rule number 2 that you should not do is you should not make the client wrong. I see so many posts online and through my circles of people that talk badly about the client when they get rejected. And 9 times out of 10, it's because they suck at sales or they didn't do something right. They showed up late or whatever. And it's easy to make the client wrong and make them feel stupid. And I highly recommend you don't do that. Don't get into that pattern of making the client wrong when you get rejected. Tip number 3 that you should not do, and this is critical, is don't be a douche and send that evil email back, making them wrong and taking it personally. Don't do that. Before you send it, save it as a draft and come back to it tomorrow and then reread it. And if it doesn't sit well with you, delete it. When you send that email, you're killing yourself. You're stabbing yourself in the foot. And it's not going to help you or your business in any way, shape, and form. Here's the 2 tips that you should do when you get rejected. First, send a thank you email saying, thank you for this opportunity. It was a pleasure meeting you and checking out your home. I hope that the project goes well. And if you need any issue, if you have any questions, concerns, issues, or you need help, I am here because I am your guide to make you have a beautiful home. That's the email you need to send. I tell you this because I get so many callbacks from painters, from homeowners who chose cheap painters because that was their MO, and it went south. Of course, you get what you pay for. And then guess who they called when it went south? They called Paul, the trusted house painter. Why? Because he was the friendly guy that responded in a polite and professional manner. And I got the job and I gave them my price and they had to go with it. So that's tip number 1 you should do. And tip number 2 you should do is try and get feedback as to why. Why did you not go with me? Don't take it personally. Don't make them wrong. Don't send that email, that bad email. Ask them, why didn't you go with me? And then follow those 3 things. Don't take it personally. If they say your sales sucks, eat it. If they say, oh, you showed up late, or you showed up in a junk car, or your email didn't load, or whatever the issue is, listen to what they're saying and make note of it, because that feedback pays for your estimate and your time, because it's an investment in learning on how you can grow your business. So don't do those 3 tips, do those 2 tips, and you will rise above the rest of your competitors in your city and in your industry.